Good morning, gentlemen. Thank you for coming to my presentation about men's dressing the part. I had the pleasure of giving my last presentation to the lovely women in your lives about the power of the little black dress. Now it's your turn. So today I will cover the importance of looking good for any occasion. There's four main categories that are pretty much in the men's wardrobe, such as professional wear, business casual, and formal wear. And I will also go deeper into those categories to discuss the key components, the price range, the definition, and also appropriate occasions for all of those categories. So it is very important to look good for any occasion. There's different interpretations of what certain things call for. Say you have business casual, not everyone has the same definition. So say you're going to a wedding and they ask for business casual, or you're going to a wedding, do you dress business casual or formal? If you're going to a business meeting, are you doing casual, professional, or business casual? So there's so many different titles that you could, it goes under. So the first impression, from a journal I was reading, they said in those first moments, somebody meets you. The other person forms an opinion about you based on your appearance, your body language, your demeanor, your mannerisms, and how you are dressed. So those parts are so crucial to see how they perceive you and what you're dressed like. So it is also hard to undo the way that people see you. If you're a little sloppy, a little untidy, it's hard to undo that because these people have preconceived ideas of how you are, what kind of person you are. So things like your first date, you want to look sharp, you want to look nice, you want to have that second date. For like a career, this is a big jump. Your life is about your career and you want to look nice. So looking professional is probably the number one most important wardrobe attire that you as a man should pay attention to. You should also pay attention to what do you value. Do you value the way that you look? Do you take pride in your image? Because the employer, if you're going to an interview, wants to see you and see if you're going to take pride in who you are and take pride in, and also foresee if you're going to take pride in the job that you could be possibly offered. So this leads me, and they say don't judge a book by its cover, but an employer can do so. They could definitely do that because they have that choice, and it's up to you if you want to look good. So you want to be presentable. Here's a picture. This is business casual. I'll go over business casual a little bit. But as you see on this side, this man has nice and crisp pants. He has a clean hem. His shirt is crisp. His collar is crisp as well. And so everything's pressed. But the other side, limp collar, looks like his shirt was on the ground probably earlier that day. Puckered pants. And you don't want to look sloppy. You want to look neat. And that's just one example of what not to do. So professional, the definition is attire standard at professional buildings or professional settings, such as law firms, corporate jobs. It's very important to look sharp. And some key components is a dark suit. You could go into the lighter suits, but it's preferred to wear the darker suits. Pinstripe is okay. Solid white long sleeve is preferred, crisp collar. Your shoes should be patent leather. No scuffs, make sure they're polished. Make sure everything is pressed correctly. Your tie should be a medium width, not too big, not too flashy. And if you have some sort of pattern, make sure it's a more soft look, not so bright and bold. So this is appropriate for interviews and workplace. And if you're going in the interview, it's better to dress, to be overdressed than to be underdressed, because you just want to make that impression. And if you get that job, you can certainly change the way you look to how the other people are dressing. And also, before you go in for that interview, make sure you kind of think about what the person you're going to interview with, what are they going to wear, and try to match that same level. So pricing, suits, they range from so much. They're usually expensive because a lot goes into them, but here's like 2 different examples. Men's Warehouse, they range from 200 to 600. But if you really want to get that, top of the line suit, there's Ralph Lauren and Armani, and that's 1,500 plus. But they really, it really adds up, and so you could use this suit for many times and dress it up with different ties, and it's really a good investment. So here's some more examples of professional dress. See, this man over here has a lighter suit, and that's okay, and he has some pattern. Men these days like to add more of their character into what they look, so try to just be reasonable with it. It's either shoes that all match, and if you're wearing dress socks, which you probably will, make sure they match your pants, not your shoes. Okay, and next is your business casual. It's for those times where it's a step down from professional, but not quite casual. So for this, it's neat dress. It's used interchangeably with smart casual. And key components: long sleeve dress shirt. No tie. Tie is acceptable if you want. More like khaki pants, maybe a brown leather belt and brown leather shoes, loafers. A sport coat or blazer is good, and sweaters and pullovers are acceptable as well. So for this, it's the appropriate occasions for this are like luncheons, traveling for business, and most workplaces require business casual. It's not quite professional, so this is appropriate. Here's some more examples. See, he has jeans on, and that's only acceptable. It depends on where you work. Steve Jobs, he always wore this, and that's okay for where he works, but it's not acceptable at most places. And Bill Gates, he's wearing a nice little pullover and pants, and this is all different ideas of business casual. It just depends where you're at. So formal, this is for those formal events. You'll probably go to one of these maybe once in your life or many times. So there's 2 different kinds of formal. There's white tie and black tie. White tie is the most formal, and that's going to be with a white bow tie, white vest, a tailcoat, and black tie is more of a dinner jacket, black bow tie, and maybe a black evening waistcoat, and of course patent leather Oxfords. And this is appropriate for weddings, debutantes, things like that. I remember maybe high school, you may remember too, formals, winter formals, and you would probably wear something similar to the one on the right over there. And the pricing for these very formal things, if you want to get them on your own, is $2,000 plus because it's very high end. So casual, that's just your clothing choices, your personal choices, your to show your personal expression, and it's jeans, t-shirts, whatever you feel comfortable. But this is probably more, there's casual and there's laid back. Casual is more maybe for your dates. You want to look a little different, maybe 3/4 button down. And it's just nice. Pricing is anywhere, wherever you want to shop. So right now you have these bright colored cards on your tables. And so with that, I'm going to ask you I'm going to describe what these pictures show, and I want you to hold up what you think is the appropriate category that they fit into. So number 1, he's wearing a little untouched shirt, 3/4 button down, and his sneakers. So which one do you think this would go with? Okay, good job, all casual. And number 2, he has a nice white shirt, button down, blazer and a tie, patent leather loafers. Yes, professional. And number 3, he has his little khaki pants, brown loafers, brown belt, and kind of playing with a tie. And it is business casual, yes. And then number 4, black bow tie, black suit. Okay, formal. And the last one, a little different. It's preferred to have darker suits, but it is a lighter suit. So what would this one be under? Number 5. It'd be professional, actually. It's just a little different. So here's some final questions. So answer true or false, and these are multiple choice. So it is easy to undo the first impressions.
False.
False, correct. It only takes a few minutes for one to have an opinion on you based on your appearance.
True.
True. And which of the following is not in this? Oh, business casual can also be considered smart casual. True, yes. Which of the following is not a necessity when preparing for an interview? A, shirt pressed properly, paying excessive money for a decent suit, polished shoes, or medium with conservative tie.
B.
And that would be B, yes. So, and lastly, jeans are acceptable to wear when appropriate in which wardrobe category? A, formal, B, casual, C, professional, D, professional casual, or E, both B and D? E. Because it is sometimes acceptable to wear jeans during your business casual look. So that concludes my presentation, and I hope all you men enjoyed and got to have a better understanding of what these different titles call for. And I hope you could really enjoy it and look nice and make those really good first impressions. Thank you.